welcome to US Business News. I'm your host, Tisha Powell. Coming up on today's money topic, real estate. The average home in the United States costs $440,000. How much you need to make to afford that? We're about to tell you right after the intro. Don't forget to subscribe so you can get more money news. We'll be back shortly. So how much house can you afford in America? According to July 2023 data, it shows that the average home is $440,000. Means you have to give up 28% of your money before taxes, which means the house is around $21.87 per month, 40 years. I calculated over 40 years. Yes, there are 40-year mortgages in America. So if you want to still get a home in America, you will need to come up with some money. And yes, they are open to people overseas. They have now, after COVID, a lot of people overseas were not able to purchase property, but now they are coming back in. So, Europeans love to buy real estate in America. I used to go and sell real estate in Ireland, England. I used to, when I was a realtor the last 30 years in Florida, I've always flown out to London, where so many British people love Florida, and also Ireland. They love Florida there as well. So to know, they still have foreign national programs with 30% down. So the average home in America is $440,000. So if you're a foreigner, you're going to need 30%. So 440 of 30%, and then we're going to do 440 at 30%. 132, 440 at 20%, $88,000. And then calculating that over 40 years is $21.87. So you'll need to make approximately $65,000 or $66,000 before taxes to afford a home now in the United States, because the bank is going to take 28% of that amount and go ahead and put it towards the mortgage. So then you divide that, that's $26,000 and change. You divide that by 12 and you see that you're at $21.87, or let's just say $2,200. Let's round it off. So homes are still affordable in America if you're able to put down a hefty 20% down payment or 30% down payment for foreign nationals. There's another way as well. They have creative financing where you can do interest only. So you're not paying towards the principal. There are 4,800 banks in the United States. So they each have, most of them are Fannie Mae guidelines, but sometimes you can get a private lender who will give you an interest only. And so with that, you're not paying towards the principal. So you got to understand that even though it's affordable, you're still not paying towards the principal. But people are taking this loan out because interest rate is at 7%, and people are betting that interest rate will go down. Realtors are selling real estate this way now. Marry the house, not the interest rate. So that's what people are saying. They're saying, get in while you can, interest rate will dip, so you'll be able to refinance. So that's another option that people are doing in order to afford real estate in America. Why is real estate so high in America? Because inflation. Inflation has created the price of the real estate. If you look and you're seeing that the US dollar is not stretching that much, people think the market will crash. It's not going to crash because the US dollar crashed. That's what happened. The US dollar crashed, the market went up. How do I know this? Because in 2020, corporations, hedge funds, they purchased a lot of single family homes in the United States. They left the stock market and they left the US Treasury bonds, which has the US dollar. A lot of corporations ran from it. That is why US Silicon Bank collapsed. It had too much of the US dollars, and because of that, it had bonds at 2%, and the market crashed. They didn't know the market was going to crash, but it did. If you did check status, the market did crash. The US dollar crashed. So that is why housing went up. And number two as well, digital asset came around, commercial real estate dropped. Everybody took their brick and mortar commercial properties and they turned it into online e-commerce. People are not going back to work. They're working for Amazon now. They're selling stuff on the internet. A lot of people have a business now on the internet. That's why commercial real estate dropped, and digital assets, social media is going up. We can see that because Zuckerberg and Elon Musk are two billionaires and they're fighting for digital asset space. Do you understand what's going on? They're fighting over the internet because commercial real estate died and digital assets, social media, Facebook, YouTube, Google, Instagram, WhatsApp, they are digital assets and they have value. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, they all have value. People are on there selling stuff. You get what's going on. Money is coming in. That's why there's 130 government creating digital currency. That's why America created a digital currency and so did China. 2 billion people are on the internet. They have created digital assets. So that's why people now are trying to get more houses because guess what happened? Our homes, our residential homes, are now our office. We're working remotely. 2 billion people on the internet, that's a lot of people working remotely, so they're not giving up their residential property because they're working remotely from there. That's what they did. They ran off and they all bought in 2020. Corporations bought to run from the dollar, and then you had remote workers buying real estate. So those are the two things that happened in 2020 that didn't happen in 2008 when it crashed. I've been in the real estate market in the United States for 30 years, and I'm telling you, what happened in 2020 did not happen in 2008. There were no remote workers in 2008, and there was no need to have a remote job back in 2008. And hedge funds weren't buying real estate in 2008. That changed. So this is the reality. Homes are at $440,000 in the United States. They're not coming down because the inflation is very bad. The US dollar crashed, and now we're going to have to go catch the market. It's not coming down. You need to save 20%, which is $88,000, and you need to have a job paying you at least $65,000 a year, or you and your spouse need to be able to bring in $65,000 a year. You and your spouse should save $44,000 each. So that's what you should do. Two people should pool in to buy a house. That will be more affordable than one person trying to find $88,000. The next thing to do is do what I've done. I have saved since I was 27, and at 47 I was able to put down a down payment. So it took me 20 years to save 20%. So that's the next reality. The people that listen to me, the average age 18 to 34. So I'm telling you, if you start putting money away by 38, you guys will be able to have a 20% for a home. And the ones that are at 34, by 54, you'll be able to have 20% down for a home. You are not too late to the game because over 40 years, you can make more than one payment extra per year. By making one extra payment per year, you're going to bring the mortgage down. So don't think you're too late. I bought a home at 47 years old and I took out a 30-year mortgage, and I'm paying one payment extra per year to bring it down. So when people say you're late, you're not late. In fact, I know people in their 80s buying homes. You're never too late to buy real estate. It's a myth that you are too late. You need to save today for tomorrow. That's the hardest part of real estate, is coming up with a down payment. There's another option though. If you're in the United States, you could do FHA, that's 3% down, but you will not be at the 65,000 threshold. You'll need to make more because you're only putting 3% down. You're going to need a higher threshold of income. However, as you could tell, if it's two people, a husband and a wife, then obviously you could meet the threshold a lot faster. So with FHA, you are looking at, I'm going to put it at 3%, $13,200. Each person saves $6,500. Go ahead and put your closing costs. Go ahead and ask the seller if the property is high enough. You can bump it up. FHA will allow that to finance your closing costs. So you're coming in at little as $13,200 to get a single family home in the United States. You will need a lot more than 65. But with two people in, it's more practical. Each makes 65. There you have it. You can buy real estate in America still. You need a down payment or you need to go FHA. I'm Tisha Paul. Subscribe to hear more on real estate. See you another time.